Hello and welcome to Jarviskjir, Rock of the North, Chapter 2, Session 10. There we go. Full diamond time and date, star date, captain's log, etc., etc. I would do a Star Trek Adventures game. I have the book, but like, fuck that. Zach, is that I want that shaking of the head?
I was immediately excited at the prospect of that being a possibility.
It's a possibility.
I still need
Even a one shot. Even a one shot.
I still need to run the Witcher setting one shot because I have the book.
Man, for that too. I'll sign up. Sign me up.
You're just here for anything.
I'm down like 4 flat tires, man.
All right.
That's the most southern.
I know. It's so good. Oh, Zach, I should have sent you this video. It's on my Discord. It's an old cowboy man cooking beans. And his idioms are so good.
It's like, I've seen that guy.
He doesn't stop for you to process that he's told a joke. Yeah. He just keeps going, and it makes me laugh so much.
He's just talking in the southern way.
It's just how he is.
That's just how it happens.
It was so good. It was just like a little nugget of joy in today, finding that this old cowboy man making beans on YouTube.
Found it.
Yeah, it's he's really good. Anyway, welcome to the show. We will continue from where we left off. You guys just completed a whole dang old dungeonous quest. No dragons, but kind of a dungeon-ish. You delved underground at the behest of the Feyforge to defeat fire giants awakening from their slumber, actually making sure that they stayed asleep. There was a lord overseeing this tomb of sleeping fire giants that you defeated in combat. And Peep nearly but didn't get killed in lava. Meanwhile, you met Cinder. Cinder is a rabbit. Cinder came with you. You did all that. You beat the bad guy. You've made sure that the giants are still asleep. And now your priority is kind of more of a personal one. Is like, actually, we're kind of responsible for this. You've kind of decided that you want to at least put some effort into what happens next for these giants. You didn't really feel comfortable just abandoning it to fate. And you are traveling to Jotunskogr to meet with the Planavar, who are Snow's adoptive people, who you've met before and gone to war with, the descendants of ancient forest giants, and seeing if they can maybe help. In general, getting guidance. It would be a very long journey, but this is where having a flying tower comes in. And we pretty much ended last session off right as you guys were taking off. You had the Rock of the North resting at the Moonbrook. It was this kind of semi-spiritual place in Aradia, the Wood Elven city. You're taking off and heading north. The last thing you guys did before leaving was actually learn a lot about the Archfey from Cinder. These very enigmatic, powerful entities that aren't gods, but they're totally gods. And drank some wine that you probably shouldn't have. Luckily, everything is totally fine. No one made any bad deals with Warlock patrons that they totally shouldn't have. And I'm sure there'll be no consequences for such actions. Today, we start off from there. You are in the Rock of the North. The tower is flying through the sky over the bright green spring tones of the forest region, heading north, back to Jotunskogr, back to territories you've explored a lot in Chapter 1. This means there's a lot of time for you to chat, plan, organize. This is your tower. Remember, this isn't Sabrael's tower beforehand. This is your one actually designed for traveling and your comfort. Everyone has bedrooms. And you have like a planning room and stuff like that. So there's plenty of time for role-playing discussion if you want it.
So I just had a realization before we move on to that we totally had an opportunity to name our flying, tower something's moving castle, but we didn't.
It's not a castle yet.
Yeah, it's not a full castle. Yeah,
Same
yeah.
difference. Neither was Hal's house. It wasn't.
Hal's house is not a castle. It's like
That's
a
true.
dog.
Anyway.
It's true.
Snow at some point on the travel would like talk to the rest of the group. He has an idea.
You know what? I'm getting rid of
He
that.
would basically say that even if like the Planivar can't really help, maybe we could take the flying tower to the silver dragon lady, and she had a couple like cloud giants there,
Get the banana.
so maybe they could help us with something too.
There's a silver dragon lady?
Oh yeah.
Yes, this is one of her scales.
Okay.
I'm sure she would like to meet you, Cinder.
She is very interested in interesting things and creatures. So yeah, probably.
Well, she can't have me. I belong to another dragon.
We need gifts for her. If we're gonna speak to her, we need to give her something, don't we?
Sabriel still has that painting, by the way, that he has ready for her.
We should bring something. Yes.
From,
What is she like?
Interesting things.
Yeah.
She seems to be a bit of an eclectic collector.
I'm trying to think what Cinder could have for her.
Everyone does this. No one buys gifts. Everyone just gets in their bag and is like, "What would the dragon want?" And it's like the dragon probably doesn't want your trash. You're all like, you're like King's Quest protagonists. You're like, "Oh, what random thing did I pick up that helps the dragon?"
The only thing is, I don't know when I got this. It's been staring at me for a long time. I can't remember when we picked it up, but for some reason, Peep is a snow globe.
I think he bought that. I think he bought that before
I gave you
we
that.
left. Yeah.
When was that?
New
That
Year's.
was a gift.
Just like
That was
the
New Year's gift.
Yeah.
Oh, of course.
'Cause
Now
Vincent-
I remember.
You know, New Year's is an important day.
Hey, re-gift it. She'll think it's important.
No.
And Vince just sound like,
no.
"Aw."
No, I'm keeping a hold of that.
I'm being funny.
She may be interested to learn that we were able to topple a Gorgon, and I'll hold up the Gorgon horn. This might be something of interest to her.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, she might like
Well,
that.
here's the thing. If she's anything like, the Archfey, and the Archfey kind of, she just does this. she's like, one gift from the whole group's probably not gonna cut it.
Yeah.
Yeah,
That's
we'll leave one
true.
each.
But maybe she likes wine. Maybe I can give her some of my wine.
Oh yeah.
You
Oh.
probably
You
could
are
make.
not giving anyone more wine.
You probably
She's a
could.
dragon.
I'm sure the dragon can handle the wine.
You probably can give a whole presentation of giving one of us the wine and just having her laugh at us as we do stupid things with whatever happens.
Dragons do
like
enjoy
melting
stupid
cloth
things like
with my hands.
So,
Hey,
Snow
now,
is
I
like,
didn't know that was going to happen, and you're a squishy meat person, and I don't know how that affects squishy meat people, and
Snow
that's not
raises
my
his
fault.
hand and he's like, maybe I'll get even lighter if I drink more.
I don't listen. I don't want to give you in particular more wine because you're already like a little smaller, and I feel like if you keep drinking it, you're just gonna keep shrinking and shrinking until you're gone.
No, I'm not
Or-
smaller, right?
or
I'm just
if you-
lighter.
If you keep getting lighter and lighter, you may float away.
Snow thinks on this
Cinder
and looks
just
a little
goes, "Meh."
concerned.
I will say, as a DM, Wild Magic has made in the Monday campaign. It made a herd of bison turn into balloons.
I don't.
Who said they're probably still up there?
I don't know a whole lot about science or magic for that matter, but that may not be. It might be good now, but that seems like a long-term problem.
It's not a problem for me. It's your problem. That sounds very personal.
Oh, I know what I can give it. But So that would be like the Planavar closer than that, though, right? So we would go Planavar
Yeah.
on the way, and then
Yeah.
if we wanted, depending on what the Planavar say, then
Well,
we could also
maybe-
go visit the dragon.
Maybe we can ask the dragon lady. Maybe we can ask the dragon lady and the planet people if they can take some of them, and then the dragon lady maybe can take the other ones, and they can share.
They share the fire giants.
Yeah.
Well, I don't think that the idea was ever that the fire giants would live with my people, more that my people would help them find their own home. I don't think
I'm good
that.
at doing that.
Yeah.
I find things.
I wonder if Snow has an idea, but
Are you gonna? What is your brain going where my brain's going? Like, can your boss find?
no. Snow's like thinking about the like mountains that are there, the mountains near the Planavar. Ollie, you said in the past, Ollie, that those are like the mountain. That's like a ridge line of mountains there, right? And that's where normally the Planavar go on like pilgrimage or something.
Yeah, so kind of the area you're flying to, the Jotunskoga, I actually think you can do even map in the Twitch chat for it. But there's a ridge line of mountains, because that's how mountain made, tectonic plate or whatever. And the ridge line of mountains kind of goes across the top of the continent and then into Othonfur. And Jotunskoga is kind of nestled up against that. So a lot of this forest is up in the mountains. In particular, it's the Virgin Mountain that you guys saw. That almost goes across between, is used for rituals where every young Planavar coming of age climbs the Virgin Mountain. There's a whole bunch of mountains there that are relatively unpopulated. I think you would probably know, Snow, that there's actually a gnomish enclave in one of them, but like in the Othonfur side. But yeah, there is a whole mountain line of jagged winter mountains up there.
Yeah, Snow starts to think about he would share this. He'd be like, maybe the Planavar could help them settle in those mountains. Because those mountains aren't really near any major cities or anything, are they?
Not really. No. I mean, because it's just such a wide area. Like, you're close to the Shiver, which you guys haven't really ever found anything much about. I know that was on, kind of your list of places to look to. And, close to Othonfur, which is just very populated. It doesn't have much in the way of big cities, but there's a lot of people who live there in small communities, but should work out.
Yeah,
could work out.
Yeah. Well, I guess so would bring that up as an option, but we'll have to talk to the Planavar first, see what they think.
Yeah,
I
sounds
think-
like a plan.
I think it's a good plan. I think we're going to find that the Planavar are open to the idea. We just need to sell it the right way.
Yeah.
You do a lot of the negotiating with your people because we can't speak the language. If you ever want to have some of the pressure taken off, I would be willing to learn your tongue.
Actually, Adelhard already asked the Snow that.
Yeah, that's true, yeah. Snow is going to have to start running language courses.
That's so funny that Adelhard and Vincent are going to have to be together learning.
I don't know if
That's
Snow's
gonna
going to
work
be a
out.
good teacher.
It's funny because Sabriel already knows giant, so he's just sitting back there sipping his fucking tea.
Yeah, I mean, honestly though, this is for times like this when we're just traveling, that would be a good time to do stuff like that. Obviously, it'll take a long time still.
It takes a
but,
long time, so I'm
yeah.
going to need to know your intelligence modifiers, Vincent and Adelhard.
Ooh, not good.
Yep.
-1.
I mean,
Okay.
Vincent drank the wine, so.
He's not smart.
+3 for me.
So it's 10 weeks minus your intelligence modifier, so it's 7 weeks for Adelhard to learn a language and 11 for Vincent.
Okay.
But you travel quite quickly in the Rock of the North, is the
Right.
thing. So you're not going to have as many travel time weeks as a lot of parties would, because your travel time, it'll be weeks going across to like human lands or whatever, but just these kind of trips aren't really weeks long. This is a 3-day. This is half a week. You know, I'd let you track it for half a week if Snow is going to start class for the rest of the journey.
Yeah, he's willing to teach them giant as best he can.
Okay, yeah. So you can get a half a week of learning on this journey, which the beginning steps are probably relatively easy for Snow. You know, that's not that hard to teach people the basics. It'll be when you get further in that it'll be more fun.
We should also, I don't know about you all, but I have used all of my potions of healing and things, so we should try to see if we can scrounge up some of those when we arrive.
And go to the man with the pig.
You have a pig man?
He is a pet
No.
pig.
He has a really nifty, cool pet pig, though.
Okay.
That was something like, sure, bud. All right, yeah, it's totally not a pig, man.
How cool
No,
is that
no.
pig?
All right,
me.
I'll see your cool pig when you see my cool pig.
Trust me. I had pigs. I raised pigs. This is a cool pig. Some might say
Yeah,
it's
but-
some pig.
I don't get the reference. I'm sorry. That might be a squishy meat person thing, but Ori gets it. Cinder does not. But here's the thing. You know pigs, right? But you also thought you knew rabbits, and farmers have tried to eat rabbits before, and it's not a rabbit. It's a me. So it might not even be a pig.
I feel like if they tried to eat you thinking you were a rabbit, there's something weird about that farmer.
Humans have a very constrained mind if you're speaking of
I
humans.
mean, listen, I didn't always look like this. I looked like a little tiny rabbit with a weird head.
Wait,
But,
so
like-
you were a
Right.
rabbit?
No.
But humans work off of the idea
But-
that if it looks like a duck and it quacks like a duck, it's probably a duck.
Did
It's
you
probably
cross
an
the dog?
alligator.
That's
Like, here's the thing.
I'll admit that's
You-
very, very limited thinking.
But okay, so humans like to see things and they'll like, okay, like it's like she pulls a fucking lizard out of her bag. Like, she's like
Yeah.
you see this, right?
You're
And
just-
what is it?
Keeping that in there?
I found it when we left. Wait, it doesn't matter.
Have you been feeding it?
Yeah, there's food in there. She like shoved her whole arm down in this tiny little bag that looks like it should not be able to fit her whole arm.
Oh no.
But anyway, point being, this is a lizard, right? And she's like holding it, and it's like, "Nah."
Yeah.
Is it gonna turn into like a walking lizard thing? Like you're a walking bunny thing?
It doesn't work like that.
Oh.
Yeah, Snow, it doesn't work like that. Go on, continue.
But anyway, so this she points it at I just lost it. My
Vincent?
brain just fucking my brain
You're
just,
holding
like,
a lizard
died.
at Vincent like you're holding a water pistol. Got it.
Right. She's holding a lizard at Vincent. What is it?
A lizard.
Okay. And then she like
But what if so
but here's the thing. So like you see a lizard, right? And yeah, it is a lizard because I just found it on the ground, but that's not the point. It is a lizard. But like you see a lizard and it may not actually be a lizard. You see what you think humans tend to see things because they can't process what it really is.
what about me? I'm not human.
Now that
Mortals, squishy meat people.
I can agree with.
Squishy meat people. And she like flicks her finger with a claw and glitter just starts falling out. No squishy meat.
What about
Sparkles. You
Peep?
bleed.
Peep is kind of a lizard. Does that mean Peep sees the lizard as a lizard?
Peep's not a lizard, he's a tiny dragon.
Aren't dragons lizards?
No, don't let them hear you call them lizards. You will die.
Snow starts thinking, and he always thought that dragons were lizards, so now his mind is blown.
Dragons
Vincent doesn't know
magical.
a lot about. Vincent doesn't know a lot about a lot, but that's bad.
Like, this is a lizard. He may not be a lizard for very long. If he stays in my bag, he might, grow horns, but that's not the point. This is a lizard. But anyway, they thought I was a bunny because they saw bunny ears and bunny tail, and they're like, oh, look at the cute little baby rabbit. I'm hungry. I want to eat it.
Rabbits are tasty. No offense.
And then Uncle Ballard and my boss found me, and then I didn't get eaten.
Ballard?
Yeah, big, tall, sparkly, buff man who's kind of silly sometimes.
We should say hi to Ballard.
You know Uncle Ballard, too? Sabrel's like over in the background just fucking sighing. Like, God damn it.
Sabrel's like, the plot thickens.
Do I know anybody by that name?
Ballard was the leader of High Thundrol that you met. The guy who...
No. Okay.
Yeah.
I thought she was talking about, like, she had talked about her Cinder's boss. I thought that's what we're...
Yeah, Cinder's boss you saw the statue of in the Fey Garden.
Mm-hmm.
They were like a kind of noodly, cool S statue. But, yeah, Ballard, you know. You know more. You've seen more of Ballard than many people have seen of other people.
Yes, I've spent a lot of time with that gentleman, and we've shared many a drinks and many a night of debauchery.
Yeah.
Oh,
I've encountered him once, and that was enough.
It's never enough. He's always a good time. My boss is very confounded by him. He still doesn't know what to do with it 90% of the time, I think, but...
Take him drinking every time. You won't regret it.
Listen, I don't know what they get up to in the downtown. I don't look into that. That's not my problem. But anyway, I'm not a rabbit.
Clearly. You're unlike any rabbit I've ever seen.
I wonder if you still taste like a rabbit, though.
You try and I will stab you.
So it's like, I'm just messing.
Listen, okay, so my boss may be called the Wayfinder, but he also knows how to get things very lost, and so do I. So if you try me, they will never find you.
I won't eat you, little rabbit. Don't worry.
I'd like to point
squinting at you.
Snow, I'd like to point out that she got us to our right location by accident.
That was on purpose.
Yeah, I thought it was on purpose.
That's what she's saying now. But back there, she said by accident. I heard her. I remember. I don't forget these things.
No, I said I did it very excitedly. There was no by accident echoed out of my mouth. She like looked.
We could test it again.
Okay.
I imagine just doing that is difficult when you're stationary, but whipping through the skies in a flying tower is probably not the time to test teleportation.
I don't want to deal with any more face stuff. I think I'm good.
Yeah. Okay, that's probably true. I was going to ask if Cinder could teleport me to the top of the tower.
I just for the record, I haven't stopped tasting orange sherbet since we teleported last time, and I'm a little concerned, if I'm being honest.
What's orange sherbet?
It's a cold treat up north. It's something that we eat fairly commonly. It's like a whipped dairy product or non-dairy product. It's weird.
What kind of cow produces orange fruit?
I figured you'd be the expert on that question, not me.
No, we got normal fucking cows where I live. What the fuck are you talking about?
You keep using this word normal. I don't think it means what you think it means.
What are the fake cows like, Olive?
Oh, I don't know, whatever you want, but I could definitely imagine a cow where each udder is a different flavor of ice cream. Being very fey. That just makes sense, doesn't it?
We have the cows that have the chocolate, the strawberry, and the vanilla, but we don't have orange flavored cows.
Oh, you don't get the orange flavor from the cow. You add the orange flavor after.
Well, that must be painful for the cow.
After it's extracted, it's no longer part of the cow. The cow is not in the equation anymore. Never mind. This makes my head hurt. So, where's Ballard? I need a drink.
All right. Well, so the rest of your downtime, you're learning Giant a little bit. You know, you learn how to say yes, no, and where's the bathroom in a couple of days, you know, the etc. And also, where's the library? Because that's like one of the first things you learn whenever you're learning any language.
Donde está la biblioteca?
It's gonna be in there. And it's always biblioteca, no matter what language it is. It's a universal constant.
Always.
And unless you guys want to divert from your course, you can fly right to Jotunskog. And now you are flying the tower yourself, and Balord's not doing it. You could fly into the village, or you could do what you did last time and land on the outskirts.
During the travel,
Hopefully
I
not
wanted
flying
to do
into
something.
it.
What's that I want to do?
He's going to. Oh, he's muted. He's going to have a chat with Sabriel. A quick one.
Sabriel's probably upstairs hiding from all the chaos.
Adalhard's going to complain about the nut bags.
Cinder's like, what's a nut bag?
Yes. He's going to Sabriel with a letter that he has written in the past day of travel or something. I need you to get this to someone if you can.
Hold on, I gotta get out of Cinder mode and get into Sabriel.
The most like diametrically opposite pair of characters that you're
Jekyll
playing.
and Mr.
Right now.
Hyde.
because I literally was about to say something incredibly stupid. To who and where is it needing to go, and how urgently?
To my father. Urgent. Not really, but he should know what's going on here.
Okay. It just like takes his hand out for the letter. I will get it there as quickly as I can. Via my normal sending method. Be it bird or otherwise.
You could, you know, because Sabriel isn't the main party member right now, Sabriel could just go on the horse and fly away.
Oh yeah. Sabriel.
It's actually a great way to write Sabriel out for a while. I don't know if AJ did that deliberately, but it's kind of perfect.
Sabriel is like, you know what? I haven't been to see the Moon Queen in a while, and it's been a while since she and I have had a chat. So I'm gonna go. I'll
enjoy.
Take it.
I'm gonna miss how I'm gonna miss how Sabriel that says things like just nonchalantly. It's been a while since I've seen the Moon Queen. We need to talk. Yeah. Look at the balls on this guy.
Out for a luncheon with the Moon Queen.
Right. Yeah.
I mean, he knew her when she was not very old, so she's a spunky little bitch.
I'm just like in my mind, replacing the Moon Queen with like Lizzie, you know, just the Queen of England.
Is the Queen of England abjuration wizard? Jury still out on that one. Alright. Sabriel can fly off upon Pegasus eastward to Valheim, where Adalhard comes from.
He'll get on Zelius II, who is very bird-brained and
fly off. So, when it comes to landing in Jotunskog, do you want to land in the Planavar village, or do you want to land outside like you did before, or like somewhere else in the forest? It's kind of up to you guys.
There's enough of like clearing spaces where it can land in there, right? Because
the village is in like a big valley, right? Yeah, with, like plants kind of overgrowing a bit of it, but you could sink the needle.
Yeah, I think we should try to land in there.
Okay.
Do we have to make a castle parking check?
Well, luckily, none of you are the pilot, so
Yeah, Goldie is.
Goldie
yeah.
is. So
Goldie might crush
Cue the
her.
Back in Black boombox.
you
Question: When we land, do we see any of the little plant people?
well, you better believe it. It's springtime. So
Yeah.
the Rock of the North, this flying gold tower. You go over this. So you've gone from the greens of the Elven lands in spring to the Jotunskogr in the north, which is it's still snow. It's like every tree is covered in snow. There are trees trying their hardest, and there are evergreen trees and stuff, but it's just a very different area, and the trees here are gnarled and magical and from an older age. You know, this is a forest that only the Planavar live in because it's theirs. You know, you can sink the needle. The tower slowly descends into this village, the Planavar village. The Planavar live within. It's a I've described it many times. It's a large place where these big people live. The Planavar were forest giants in ancient age. Now they are bigger than humans, closer to kind of orcs, really, in size and mannerisms. In a relatively quiet time of year, it seems like quite a lot of people are out on kind of a large hunting, and probably there's a good group of like youths and guides trying their way up the mountain around this time of year as well. You don't really want to do it in the summer when all the snow's melting, or in the winter when it is really, really cold, so spring or autumn. So the village is pretty quiet. There are definitely like some kids that run up to this golden tower landing in the village, and you probably land right next to the old temple that's at the north side of the village too, with these old big giant statues and the massive, almost Aztec-style mosaics on the walls. And there's some kids that run up and are like, what the hell is going on? Because, you know, Planavar kids absolutely swear. Very casually. And yes, there are some springtime walking routes around with the occasional little flower bud. These little walking bulbs, basically, that the Planavar take care of in their village. And it's pretty quiet. You know, the door opens and the ramp unfurls. There's seems to be a little bit of activity going on in the south side of the village where someone would enter by foot. And then there's just people, you know, doing their daily work. There's the axe smith is still making axes. Uncle Soup is still making soup. You know, the Planavar village is going on as ever. It's just a little quiet because of the time of year.
It's just like we remember it. It's good to be back home. Vincent will gather his winter cloak that he's been kind of wearing and put it back on.
Cinder's leaping off of the tower and immediately going after one of the plant things. Like, ooh.
Yeah. Little walking route dawdling away, awkwardly toddling, just fast enough for Cinder to not catch it.
Yeah, I guess Snow would like try to find one of the people in charge. So like there's the smoke tellers, kind of like the spiritual leader from what I remember.
Yeah, and then other than that, there's kind of like a circle of elders.
Yeah.
There's definitely probably some in the temple, but it does seem like maybe one of them, or at least something's linked to whatever's going on at the front of the village right now.
Okay, yeah. Snow will head over there. See
Everyone
what's
else?
going on.
How does fuck come along?
Yeah, I'll
Yeah.
follow Snow.
Yeah, same.
So there's a little bit of a gathering, but it's mostly two people. There's one of the Planavar who's, you know, middle-aged or so. You know, you've seen them around. There's not that many Planavar. And a high elf. And the high elf's horse, a Thundral thoroughbred, very regal. And he has scrolls on him, the high elf. Wearing equipment that's pretty well made and stuff, but definitely for travel. Maybe a messenger of sorts, and the argument does appear to be It's very much. Listen, you try and pin that on that sacred tree there, you are gonna be having one less head. I have a decree from the Parliament of Thundral to put these messages up, and it was requested that it was put up here as well. If I'm not to pin this onto a tree, then where will I pin it? This discussion of the sheepish high elf versus the plan of our.
So it's just gonna kind of like be like, okay, I can handle this. And then he's gonna walk forward and be like, what's this going on here? I hear there's a disagreement between the Thundral elves, and he's directing this at the elf.
Well, I'm glad to see that there is someone who has sense around here to have a proper regal discussion.
I'm a diplomat of High Thundral.
Oh,
personally selected by Sabriel. Oh god, what's Sabriel's last name? Fuck.
Maybe does Snow remember Sabriel's last name?
No, he wouldn't. It would just be by but Sabriel's position is like High Lord Protector or something like that, right?
I'm not giving you this answer.
I'm not giving it to you.
He would just make it up then. He's just gonna be like, of High Lord Protector Sabriel.
Well, you certainly seem to have an approximate knowledge of diplomatic affairs at the very least. I come bearing bounty notices. Bounties issued by the Crown of Thundral, and was requested due to our new favorable situation with these here planivar that I put up the bounty notices here, especially as the last seen location is the ice flats in this location. But when attempting to do so, not only was this forest very unwelcoming, but now I am being threatened by this gentleman for merely doing my job.
What if we took your bounty poster and promised to locate your quarry?
Well, that would be excellent, but
that would stop you from having to post your notice, yes? And stop this bickering?
He looks like a little, like, surprised, but he looks at, like, a lot of you covered in equipment. Clearly, like... This isn't like the thing in, like, Skyrim where it's like, oh, they can't tell you're, like, a high level, like... No, he could tell that you guys have been around a bit, and he just kind of, like, takes one of the scrolls. Like, he's got a bunch of them on his belt, and they're, like, full scrolls. It would be a big poster, and we'll just kind of hand it over to Vincent. Well, if you do meet with other mercenaries or bounty hunters, do share with them this notice. I will make henceforth to Lendir and post it there as well.
Wait, hold 1 second. So I was gonna ask him to stay a second because he wants to like open the scroll.
Mm-hmm.
See if it's something we recognize.
It's not someone
before the guy
recognize.
goes, in case.
But who's looking at the scroll?
I'll open it up and
I will look at it.
Peach
No
look
one
past everyone.
seems to recognize it at first. It's a bounty with a pretty high number on it, and it would be written in both Elvish and Common. And there is a picture, of course. It is of a middle-aged human woman. She looks kind of lithe. She has kind of slightly straight hair that's long in some bits, short in the other, and seems to be wearing some kind of armor. And none of you recognize her until Peep gets a good enough look, because that is the face, a little more worn than you remember, of your mother.
Wait, let me see. Just like they just start like trying to scrabble up.
Yeah.
I'll drop to a knee so Pete can get a better look and just hold it up for them.
Yeah, Snow is making sure that this elf doesn't leave because he might have questions.
Yeah, he's not left yet. He's not even like turned around or anything yet.
Cinder's like looking up at him with her hands or fists on her hips after she's looked at the bounty. She's like,
what is it, Pete?
Do you recognize this person?
That's my mom.
That's your mom.
That's my mom. Wait,
Why does it say she's wanted?
It
I
says
don't know.
Maria the Malignant for known bandit captain of the Marauders, and then there would be the list is more detailed. You know, murder, kidnapping, all the things you'd expect of a bandit captain.
That can't be right.
Wasn't your mom taken by bandits?
Yeah, she was taken, but the bandits, they killed my dad and took my mom and my brother and sister. What? Like, look at that. This can't be her. This has to be a mistake.
The Courts of Thundra never make mistakes.
Ha!
But she helped my dad sell woodworking things and then like wood, like she's not a bandit.
Vincent's gonna just grab a hold of Peep and just hug them for a second. We're gonna figure it out. We're gonna get there. Let's figure it out together. No need to jump to conclusions now. Deep breaths. Relax. We will learn the truth first.
Yes, we'll figure this out.
Cinder's gonna poke the elf.
No, the elf is gonna take a step back before any poking is possible. This is a high elf.
Like,
personal
so
space is a premium.
She doesn't give a shit. She's like, you are handing this out, right?
Yes. I would like
And
to
you-
remind you that I did not write the bounty nor issue it. I am.
Okay, I don't
writing
care
it
about
down.
that.
We're not in the business of killing the messenger. Don't
No,
worry.
I just want to know if you know where this person was last seen.
The ice flats around this region.
Okay.
From all I know, that it is just snow and ice all the way around here.
Again, squishy meat people thinking everything they see is what it is. She just throws her arms up and steps away.
Snow is like looks at the guy and is like, could we perhaps ask you to not post that in Lendir for a week to give us some time?
This would be a persuasion roll, baby.
Okay, because Snow is thinking, and he's like, if people in Lendir find out about this, then they might go and like ransack Peep's house or something.
Vincent will just lean around and hold out 2 gold and just say, it would be best for everyone. And just assist as best as he can.
Would that
I'm not
assist
giving you advantage. You better think
Okay.
it's probably going to give you a debuff to try and
Yeah.
bribe this guy.
2 gold, especially, is not.
Oh,
He might be a little.
Oh, this is a servant of the state.
Oh!
Oh!
He does
Okay.
hold his hand up and doesn't take the bribe and is like, I can see that there is clearly some sort of personal situation happening here, and I will allow breathing room. But understand that by me doing this, if this malignant marauder continues to assault in this time, it will partly be on mine and your heads.
No, we'll recommend him a nice inn to stay at in Lendir.
Sure, yeah. I will wait.
At this one, they give you a little soap bar every morning, and then.
And he will, the high elf messenger will start, preparing to his horse.
Okay. Snow looks at Peep and is like, the fire giants can wait. I think we need to look into this issue.
Please, I mean, it's only been a few months, but
it's the first real lead you've had. We should follow it with haste before it goes away with the snow.
I can help.
if they're out on the ice flats, surely they'll have some kind of camp or something. There must be signs that they're out there. So there must probably be a trail we can find at least somewhat. I mean,
Does it say when she was last seen on the thing, or is it just last known location?
It would just be last known location.
The ice flats, is that the area towards like the geysers and
So,
stuff?
you know, if you look at the map on Openfur,
Yeah.
everywhere south of that, once you get past a certain point, is just ice.
Okay.
So the ice flats, it could basically be the entire north of the world. Almost.
Well-
Not as far north as you guys are. It's kind of that, if you look at the north, it's kind of the middle bit. It's not until you get quite to Bastillion, although Bastillion is surrounded by an ice lake. They kind of mean that space kind of between Bastillion and North and Openfur. But it's
Oh, we
wide
could,
area and big.
We could take
What?
the tower and fly low, look for signs of camps.
Yeah. We'll need
And
to
then-
do it. We'll need to be careful not to spook them, though.
Yeah.
Maybe best move at night. Because, you know, if it's really flat and icy and you're flying around in the sky, I mean, there's not that many flying ships around, so...
Fair. Plus, we'll probably see the fires, or at least
Yeah, we could see
some
the
light,
fires.
Sure.
because they might try
Okay.
us. Okay.
So then, how about then we speak to the Planavar here, and then when night falls, we head out.
You can take some time and restock on things that we're missing as well.
Yeah.
Sounds like a plan.
Okay.
And I'll see if I can find a way to help find them. Because I'm good at finding things. It's kind of my job.
Okay.
Thank you.
So I guess at this point we could probably even split up. So like, Snow goes and talks to his people, while the rest go and like stock up on supplies, maybe at Lendir. I don't know. And then Cinder's doing whatever Cinder's doing.
Cinder's gonna go up to the sky and just shout at the stars like, "Boss man, help me find. Show me a sign."
Doesn't mine do like a day walk away though?
The day walk away,
Probably.
yeah.
Yeah.
You guys are at the castle though, right? It's
We could take the
Just-
tower.
yeah, the tower. Yeah.
It's up to you.
Cinder will go with them to Lendir.
Okay. Yeah.
And
So
Snow
you
will
just leave
stay
Snow
and
behind.
do some
to-
talking.
Yeah.
So, when it comes to the talking, you want to talk to, imagine, kind of a collection of elders.
Yeah. He would just ask them like, "What time did we get here?"
You know,
Roughly in the day?
midday-ish.
Okay, yeah. So he'll be like, "Oh, can we around the soup? We can have a little lunchtime talk, a little luncheon."
That's elders would love that, you know.
Yeah.
Little chat, little like meal. It's
Yeah.
just exactly what old
Snow would
forest
have
giants
some
want.
spices that he brought from Thundral or something.
Sure. There's a
Little pouch.
collection of elders that kind of cycles, and they're not always, you know, it's the plan of art. It's not super organized. It's not like, you're an elder. It's just at a certain point you're a respected member of the community, and you're trusted for wizened decisions. Some, like the smoke teller who is there, have, you know, more specific roles, where most just kind of know what's going on. So there's Snow, who are a bunch of these old forest giant people sitting around having the meal. And the smoke teller would ask, "Why you've brought us together so deliberately? It is clear that you have questions."
Yes. I think there may be an opportunity for us to help some of our giant kin.
One of the other ones, who's actually the same guy that was kind of talking shit at the high elf, who's just kind of still around.
Yeah.
Our people left the rest of the giants long ago. You don't want nothing to do with them.
This wouldn't be a situation where we have to take them in, but there is a group of giants that I think may be looking for their place in the world. And if we could be friends to them, it might help solve problems for many people.
You're going to have to give us details.
Yeah, Snow would go into detail about the fire giants and explain their situation. Basically, like, saying that they're like all hibernating essentially, but that if they all wake up and start wandering around, they might look for war. And Snow would basically say like, I think the North has many open grounds where they could instead find a home.
The elders, and it was like probably like 8 people of differing importance, are a little conflicted. Around half of them have that same opinion of, actually, we left the giants. And when you tell them they're fire giants, they're actually more convinced they don't want anything to do with them. Because as they say, it's like, fire giants, they've been bred for war. It's all they know. When they wake up, all they want to do is fight. In our peaceful ways, we won't be able to stop intensity of that magnitude. Whilst the others are not quite aggressively agreeing with you, but they're like, okay, I see your opinion. And the Smoke Teller's one of them where it's like, I see what you're saying. But there's some non-committalness.
Snow would say, we already managed to slay their leader, my friends and I, a true fire giant warrior. And if what I understand of, our other giant kin is correct, giants respond to strength, and I think I could probably at least command them enough to send them on their way somewhere.
Your solution would be to send them here to us.
Not to this valley, no, to the mountains near here.
I do not know if any area would be suitable for their kind, but if you did it slowly, allowed some of the wiser of them to look for lands, it would have to be done carefully, delicately.
Yeah, so would not.
Spark could cause chaos.
Okay. Yeah, Snow would nod to this. He would say, like, I can look into that. The problem is I just don't want to, well, the elves and the giants, a conflict could quite easily break out between them. That'd be very deadly to both sides. And right now, the elves, I think, are considering just killing them all while they sleep, while they lie and sleep. But I do not find that to be respectful to a whole group of giants.
The Smoke Teller will, like, clank their staff on the floor, and it, like, jingle jangles with, like, pots of incense and like different wood chips and things used for rituals. And like, if we have learnt anything from our jaunt with these star elves of metal skin, it is that sometimes we must step out of our comfort zones. All of us as a people, to do the right thing. They did it, and as did we, and perhaps this is a situation where we must do the same again.
Snow would nod, and he would say, like, if I return to this sleeping group of giants, and we awaken 1 or 2 or 3 of their, well, what presumably oldest and wisest ones, I could send them here. Just a couple. A couple would not be any threat without their forges running. And then from here, if you'd be willing to at least help them with giving suggestions of where to look for homes. I'm sure the fire giants wouldn't want you to coddle them either, but a little bit of help, I'm sure, would go a long ways.
One of them, who's like, actually, the guy you spoke to before, he's kind of like a druid leader almost.
Okay.
I can take a look out for some spaces that would be good for them, and we can make sure that there's supplies ready. I don't know if we like it, but
If
you're all right. It's the thing to do. Wouldn't be right to just leave.
If they really crave war and fighting, these lands are always filled with conflict between bandits and the goblins, the hobgoblins leading them. If possible, if they really are not willing to give up their warfaring ways, perhaps we could, perhaps us or the people of Lendir or others could hire them as mercenaries to defend our cities.
It seems an astute point, and the elders quite like that idea as well. It seems we have a slight, agreement to all these terms that they'll try and help when the time.
Snow would also make it clear that if something does go wrong, he will take responsibility for it.
Ooh, okay.
He is he's putting a lot on the line here. So,
all right. Well, we'll catch up with the others as they do a shopping spree in the city, but in a bit, as we shall take a little quick break and be back after that. right, and we're back as the rest of the party swooshes over to Lendir, the nearby human city on a hill. You can land the tower and kind of get to doing what you need to do. Lendir is bustling, really. A couple of your successes probably have helped Lendir, but honestly, nothing's you've done has largely affected it. It's just the city is doing pretty okay, you know, with no wars in the region now and stuff like that. The city can focus on what it needs to focus. Some new industries are forming, all of that, which makes it an excellent place to restock and ready, and maybe even ask some more questions about this bounty poster, which I'm assuming you took the bounty poster with you.
Yes, I'll add it to my. I have it in my inventory.
Okay.
Cinder's gonna make it known. I need to get arrows.
What was the name one more time?
Maria the Malignant.
And you need to get what?
I need arrows while we're here. I used quite a bit of them down there in that
Yes, I could also afford to pick up some javelins as well.
Do I have money? I don't know. Do I have money? Does Cinder have money?
What does it say on your sheet? If it says zero, it's zero. Cinder probably wouldn't have left with money if you left it out. I feel like it's canon.
I assume we have 1,300 gold ingots in our bag of holding. I assume that's gold pieces, essentially. Each ingot is 1 gold.
Well, that's not what the ingots mean, but if you put it in that way, I didn't give you that many ingots, so someone scuffed up. So that would be individual gold pieces. You may have accidentally eaten some ingots by writing it in that way. So ingots are separate, and you have to convert them to coin.
I think I have it written in my notes too somewhere. I don't know how much. Maybe not.
I don't know that the alchemist has arrows or javelins. They probably don't, but we do have 1,000 store credit voucher there to buy potions that we need.
That's true, and that's a lot of healing potions.
I mean, we can go, because I want to see if this is like a pig or if it's not actually a pig. But also, I need arrows. So does anybody have any, like, know where I can get some arrows?
There's the what's it called again? The big tent in the middle. There's like a forge and everything. It's where we got like weapons and armor and stuff before. So they probably have arrows there.
Could we possibly find somebody who would be interested in buying 10 pints of oil?
I mean, that's the kind of thing you could probably just sell to a general store.
That'll give us a little extra spending cash too.
Yeah, it doesn't go for a huge amount. If you assume you're selling it for essentially half the price you would buy it for, it would be 5 silver for all of that, but it's extra money.
Okay.
It's up to you if you want to sell that or keep that.
Nah, we'll hold on to it.
Alright. To the herbalist. To the herbalist.
Yeah, we'll go there first.
Essim. If you don't remember Essim is a little dark-skinned Northman who has his little herbalism shop in the forest on the edge of town. And yes, he has a pet pig. It's a moss pig. It's got big floppy ears. And other than that, he's pretty round. And his back is just covered in moss and grass and mushrooms and rare plants. That literally, as you are approaching his little herbalist hut, it's very simple, but also has these big barrels and fermenting stuff already. You know, his place looks like any hipster who started making kimchi over COVID. He is already like kneeling. He's getting some of the herbs off the back of the pig and putting them into a little mortar and pestle as you are approaching. And he does kind of, you know, look up and recognize, you know, most of you.
See? Interesting pig.
Is it really a pig?
Looks like a pig. It's a certain type of pig.
She's just gonna squint at it.
You stare at the pig. The pig slowly waddles up to Cinder and just licks her.
It's gonna take days to get out of my fur. Why did you do that?
Sometimes he likes to lick things. Yeah.
And give the pig little scritches.
He pushes the pig away with her.
The pig looks dejected, but then immediately gets attention from the kobold instead and is happy. And Essen will kind of like put his stuff away and his hands. I assume you are here for goods.
Yes, we need to restock on some potions and things.
Right. Well, how strong are you thinking?
What do you have prepared already?
Well, I can always sell you your regular potions, but I know for the sort of trouble you're probably getting into, they won't be the most useful. Ones that have been stewed for longer, more condensed. I have a good lot of them. I'll sell a few, but if you take the stock off my hands, that would be great. He'll like kind of show you around, show you the stronger, greater healing potions and whatnot.
We have 1,000 to spend, however many that gets us, I guess.
I'll give you all 6 for the 1,000. I think it's fine. Fine price.
6 greater healing potions total. Okay, the 4 of us are here, so I will divvy out 1 to each of us, and then I'll hold on to Snow's and the 1 extra one myself for now.
Sure. Yeah, and these are pretty much the most bog standard greater healing potions you get. He's making them with Blue Lady. He's fermenting it. It's all exactly how anyone like good, proper, organic herbalism.
All right, and we can take that credit off of our bag of holding now.
Done.
Goblin, get the banana.
It's a raid notification. It's not as loud as I wanted it to be, so it's like a subtle jump scare. It jump scares your soul.
Certainly confused me.
Yeah, trust me, it's confusing. Anything else you want from Herbalist? Anything else you really want in town? I know you do need to buy your arrows and stuff. Someone might need to give Cinder money.
Check this out.
Cinder doesn't have money.
I am unfamiliar with how much arrows are.
I want to say it's 1 gold for 20. Isn't that the classic banger? Arrows,
I think so,
1 gold for 20.
Yeah.
So I'll give Cinder the gold she needs for. You want 1 or 2?
Give me out of character 2. That would give me 40 arrows.
Okay,
Then
I'll
you don't have
give
to
Cinder
worry about
2 gold.
Okay. She takes it and she's like, okay, I don't know where I'm going. Oh wait, I can find it. I do that. That's my job. Sorry.
And if we can also locate somewhere where I can get a couple of javelins, I think they're a gold apiece.
Yeah. Lendir is
I
a
need
big
to
enough town
check.
nowadays that you can
Oh,
buy
awesome.
pretty much everything in the regular player's guide, although it's not as easy as in other towns because Northmen aren't really, they don't always do things by gold. They are still materialistic, but just they don't always do things by gold. But yes, you can definitely get some javelins. They're 5 silver each.
Oh, okay. Then I'll have 4 more. It's nice.
What's
So up to
Adelhard
8.
looking for?
Crossbow bolts for the hand crossbow.
Yep, 1 gold for 20. Doesn't matter that it's a
Okay,
smaller crossbow,
then-
it's fine.
Then 3 gold.
It'll be strapped. Anything else you're looking at? General goods, specialist goods.
Oh, I have a disguise kit. I forgot about that.
What's Cinder gonna do with a disguise kit? She got rabbit
She'll-
legs.
Really baggy pants.
You're really baggy pants and big shoes.
Looks like a Kingdom Hearts character. She's also got a heraldry costume too.
What are you buying? What are you selling?
That's it. I mean, unless there's somewhere that she could have them like upgrade her bow, but
I mean, you don't have any money,
no, I don't.
so it's not really much of a point. I will tell you, usually in any place where magic is legal, it's not incredibly hard. It's usually possible to find someone to give you some kind of +1 enchantment. It usually takes a week of time and 1,000 gold. Beyond that is much more, but that's usually the baseline, just so you know as players. It's usually how it is, and it gets exponentially more fucked from there on. But there's often non-magical options as well. But yeah, you're more likely to find a different bow with different properties than upgrade the starting one at the moment.
Yeah, that's fine.
I'm good.
Looks like you're good. Then,
People wanna make a quick little stop.
where are you stopping?
Smart Manals.
Yes, the definitely not a warlock.
Yes, they're definitely not. a
Tumblr
warlock.
sexy woman, the tired librarian. Yeah,
Just this will be where everyone else is buying stuff. Like, oh, yeah, I just need to go nip and check kind of thing.
yeah, Smart Mantle would be there. In her bookshop, the only bookshop in town, because a large amount of Northmen cannot read. She, like I said last time we saw her, she's looking a lot healthier. You know, when you first met her, she hadn't been sleeping. Now she can sleep. So she looks a lot more, you know, how she would like to look. And she really is. She's a bit of a sexy warlock. She's not all the way a sexy warlock. You know, you got to use a bit of imagination. She's a little bit of a sexy warlock. And she would be happy to see you. She'd be surprised, you know, coming around the piles of books in her store. Find you. She would come, look down at Peep and smile a little bit. What do you need?
Okay, well, where do I start?
Oh, that's serious.
So, well, a lot of things have happened in a very short amount of time. Bar the whole, we had to deal with a bunch of fire giants and all that. But the main thing. Too big. Okay, focus on the one. We've made friends with a fey rabbit woman called Cinder.
Okay.
And a couple of us tried the wine she had, thinking it would all be like cool and fun. I was fine. It got me drunk, but I was fine. Snow, the big one.
I know who
like,
Snow is.
He's like 100 pounds lighter. He's like a quarter of the weight off.
That would be convenient for certain activities.
And Sir Vincent had his touch would disintegrate cloth.
That's interesting.
Yeah.
Tell me more.
Well, we were in like this big Fey garden, and we tried talking to the two main Fey people that Cinder knows, and their boss, the Wayfinder, that was it. Just kind of laughed off as being funny, and they'd fix it later. And the other one was the scholar, and he just sort of was like, interesting, and left it at that. So,
are you talking about when you say Fey people?
Like Arc Fey.
Bit more than people.
Well,
Okay.
yeah, it's
So you had the problem, and the Archfey didn't care about it. That doesn't actually seem new. Interesting.
No. No, it was more what happened after that. I,
Right?
considering, very quickly realized that disintegrating cloth at the touch does not help you in really any scenario. And, someone would have to get Vincent dressed and, maybe have them wear like metal gloves forever or something. And I may have made a quick whisper to Micah to help.
Did you sound desperate?
Probably.
I can't really help what
I
you've
saw
done.
her. She whisked me away like a
The less I know, the better. I helped you into this. I gave you the advice you needed. But I shouldn't be involved in the deep intimacy of this pact you made. It would complicate things for me.
Okay, that's fair.
I'm glad you understand.
Okay.
Sure, we can still be friends.
Yes. Just no more details of shenanigans.
I'm sure if it's shenanigans I'm meant to know about it, I will hear the whispers myself.
Speaking of whispers, has there been anything about my mom?
I don't know any
Maria
other kobolds.
Morganach.
Oh.
The human woman.
She stopped selling things, right? She and her husband. Right.
Yeah.
I didn't grow up here. I moved here. I'm not a local, but I knew they were gone. I assumed dead gone.
Well, my dad, David Morganach, he's definitely dead. But please don't say this to anyone in town in case anything goes wrong. But apparently my mom, Maria, is apparently alive. I have no idea about Ben and Jenny, my brother and sister, but Maria, my mom, she's now a bandit leader, apparently. The Malignant.
And there were no signs of this when you were I assume at some point you were a child.
Yeah, I'd grown up around them for like a few years, like five years or so, and I don't remember anything.
Though I suppose you are often unwilling to notice things when you are a child, or simply unable to connect the dots. That's curious. I hadn't heard about it, although I did know that there were marauders being led by a Malignant. Yeah, there's a few bandit clans of size enough to remember them and the Children of Umber. Anyone trading kind of eastward, Velheim way, kind of gets in a... Well, it's, you either pay the tolls to the right people or get in trouble. It's that sort of thing. Marauders are organized business, despite the name. Seems so. I could look into it more.
Well, we're about to go off and find them and see what we can do. So, but I appreciate the offer.
Yeah, that's fine. Good luck, I suppose. But no.
Thank you.
As with any fact, you always have the option of not learning the truth. And occasionally that is an easier fate.
Maybe, but this time I have to know. I couldn't save them back then, but maybe I can save them now.
Maybe. Good luck.
Thank you. And thank you for everything, even if it's led to shenanigans.
All things will lead to shenanigans one way or another.
Should I send Snow over?
Well, how
He's not
quickly
in
are you
town at the
leaving?
minute, but we'll be heading back in a bit. He's still.
You should
out with
probably
his
rush. I mean,
people.
it's your mum.
Okay.
There are plenty of eligible bachelors in this city, and I'm going my way through them.
There's like the dawning realization of Peep's face. Okay. Good luck to you too, then.
Right. You can head back out
We'll head out.
to the crew.
And join up with everyone else.
And I towards the end of the waiting for Pete to finish up and everyone else, just dip into one of the nearby taverns and just have a drink with the locals and see what's been going on around town and maybe if anybody's heard or seen this Maria the Malignant.
Yeah, give me a. This would be a persuasion check. It's a good roll. Yeah, when you talk about it, people they don't know a Maria the Malignant specifically very much, but they know of the marauders that she leads. The story is that during the war, 6 or 7 years ago now, there were a lot of people who fought for freedom, and some of them kind of hunkered down. A lot more of them just fought for survival. And some of them kind of didn't stop, even when they didn't need to. And that seems to be what the Marauders were. Almost like, the occasional group. A lot of bandits are soldiers who dissented from an army. It's kind of that situation, but it wasn't really an organized army. When the clans organized under the Bear banner, there are some who just kind of scattered away and kept on sort of fighting, and then it stopped being targeting the hobgoblins, and the Marauders seem to be one of those groups that they steal for survival. But a very comfortable survival at this point, right? It's gone beyond raw need. But apparently there was a period of time where this apparently this clan, the more you look into it, this bandit group did exist before the war as well, and it was very good and very organized. And again, it's like they're bandits, they're also mercenaries. If you're the right kind of person with the right kind of channels, you can get sort of work from them. Apparently they went underground for a long time. They stopped being so aggressive while some of them still were together. And then the group seemed to be reformed, quite recently. Returning to aggressiveness. Timeline is wonky because you're getting it from all these half-drunken locals who Northmen aren't elves in the way they don't care about time. They're just doesn't matter so much. It's all in context of the war, which of course was over 5 years or so. Yeah, those are kind of the rumors and stories you get.
Okay.
That's Peep. Peep steps in a mousetrap as Peep enters the tavern.
Peep or Cinder fighting off a random dog that decided it wanted to take a chomp.
Yeah. So I imagine you can gather in this one of the Lendir taverns where it's relatively quiet. A little bit of bardic music playing, but quite enough to work out what you guys want to do next. I mean,
so I
do
will
you get Snow, or is Snow gonna walk to you? Did you work that out, by the way?
I think we're probably gonna head back in the tower. I imagine.
Right. Yeah. As soon as we all reconvene, I figure we just head out from there. Maybe I'll grab a drink together, but then head out immediately thereafter. Go get Snow and.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
But during the part of that, Vincent will pull Peep aside and just say, "This is what I've learned. and I'll just share all that information about the Marauders and how somehow through a broken history surrounded by something called the War, over the course of 5 years and all that. So I just kind of spill what I've learned.
What? When they say it reformed recently, like went back to being aggressive recently, how recent are we talking?
Timeline is hard to narrow down. I was talking to a lot of drunk people.
Would you say within the last, how long would it be now? 8 months? 7 months?
I would I have a read on that? They seem
that
like super
checks
recent?
out. That checks out roughly. Yeah.
Okay, then yes.
Were attacked. My family.
Hmm.
I don't like how this is shaping up so far.
Pete, we'll follow it to the end. Then we can decide on what to do about it. But for now, let's just relax and see where it takes us.
Okay. I think I need a drink.
Yes. Here. No, I'll just hand them the one that I was holding.
Thank you.
Right.
Chugs it.
You can go get Snow. Then what's the plan? You kind of roughly described a plan, but what are you actually going to do?
So wait till roughly just before nightfall, take off and head to the frost caps and fly sort of low and see if we can spot any fires from above.
This is going to be a multiple day deal, even flying. So is that the plan to kind of stop every day and be working at night?
Yes.
Yeah, during the day we could do like land and then do a bit of foraging and stuff like that.
There's not much forage out here. You can try.
Yeah.
You need to be very good at it.
Well, I guess also looking for tracks and stuff that we might not be able to see from up top as well.
Okay. So you could do like a survival.
Okay.
I imagine it's survival or perception for you guys, depending on what kind of route you are personally taking during this searching.
Perception for Cinder.
Yeah, perception for me as well.
So we'll do survival.
Mhm.
Okay.
I'm equally as good, so it's a thing of like, Pete might want to try and pull double shifts and do both, but I know
You will get exhaustion, but you can do it. You want.
Yeah, I think I'm gonna push there, and Pete's gonna do double
because
shifts.
this is going to be a multiple day kind of thing. I would say it's like you're going to have exhaustion for the entirety of this project. For that vibe. I think kind of makes sense.
Yeah.
For Cinder, she's only looking at night because that's when she's supposed to be most active anyway, given the boss man.
Okay, so you all have good thoughts about this when you head out and you leave Lendir and start exploring the large swath of land between Openfur and Bastillion. It's actually a lot easier for you to travel, of course, when you're in a flying tower, but this is a very inhospitable area, especially the closer you get to Bastillion. It's the kind of thing that the locals of the area would know. Bastillion is a very big, cool city. You can't really get there by foot unless you really, really do know what you're doing, because it's in the middle of an ice lake, and there are creatures that will eat you in the lake. You're kind of skirting on that area. These ice flats, they're connected to the lake. That's kind of how it works. Either overflow or connected oxbow lakes, or just parts of the lakes itself, but it's far around. It's all that sort of region you are exploring. It's only a few days in, because you need a kind of a day of travel to get away from Lendir and its surrounding farmland and stuff, and kind of the areas you've actually explored last season. During the night, all of you see a small camp. And it's notable, you don't see that many peoples out here. You see the campfire. Cinder, you immediately get a bad vibe, but not a this is what you're looking for vibe, but still a bad vibe, and you can't quite place it, but also you know that, you know, being a Fae of the Wayfinder, when finding things, you do just you go by feeling sometimes. But all of you do witness this.
Is that it? We found it?
I don't know about that place.
As in, like, it's not what we're looking for, or it's just a bad place to be?
Cinder's like trying to figure out how to describe it to flesh beings. She's like, bad juju.
They might have information though.
May-
Whatever it is.
Well, whatever it is, I'm getting like. Ollie, would a good way to describe it be like that prey feeling, maybe like?
That's probably how
be there.
it's probably how she
God.
feels it. Yeah.
It's Trail Cam Gandalf. Oh,
Yeah,
not
it's
Trail
Trail
Cam
Cam Gandalf. Cinder's like, okay, so I don't know how else to explain this to you other than like she's a little bit more serious right now. She's like, it might be it. It might be what we're looking for, but also like, you know, when you're being like hunted by something and you probably know that you're in a bad spot and you're gonna get eaten. I mean, you probably don't know that. Y'all are squishy flesh people, but like that's what I'm talking about. Like, I'm getting a bad feeling. We can go down there. We probably should, because it might be what we're looking for, but just be on the, you know, be ready to hippity hop on out of this place.
We should go in quiet as possible then.
Yes.
Yeah.
We do have a flying tower though.
Yeah,
I'm
you
not
have to
sure.
land nearby and go by foot. Yeah, in that context.
Yeah.
But that's probably
Right.
best anyway. Of note, because you have good perceptions and stuff, you can see that this is a smallish camp. Probably no more than 6 people. There's 3 tents. Usually 2 people a tent, unless people are prissy about it. So unless you're, you know, there's a wizard, probably 6 people. Is the plan to get out of the tower and approach by foot stealthily, you say?
As stealthily as possible.
Okay. Everyone who's stealthing, give me stealth checks.
Before
Okay.
we get moving, I will cast Enhance Ability on myself and give myself Cat's Grace to eliminate the disadvantage.
Smart.
Do I have advantage on stealth from? Hold on.
Oh no. Okay. Well, let me roll mine.
Of note, this is nighttime, and it's not full moon, so it is dark. Those
So
with dark vision can travel easily. Those without, you're going to want to stay close to those who have it.
I feel like Snow should just walk on his own away from the rest.
Did
'Cause
you
he
already
would
roll
go-
stealth?
Well, yeah, but he would have.
In which case, you don't really get to make that decision after you've done the roll. It's a before
No, but
banger.
I mean, I think he would have already wanted.
Yeah,
to
you'll
sneak
be a bit away,
separately.
but you're not going to be away enough to matter.
Yeah. Yeah.
All right. Let me look at everyone's stuff first. Okay. Pete. Okay. Adelhard. Okay. Vincent. Okay. Cinder. Okay. No, everyone seems to do well. Oh no! Yeah, you're approaching this camp, and while you're being quiet, you get quite close. And again, it's night. The only light is coming from the occasional glittering stars and a little bit of the aurora in the sky. But mostly it's coming from a fairly comfortable campfire. These people aren't really worried about... Like, it's not a unhealthily large campfire that's dangerous. It's just they're not worried about not being seen. And you guys get pretty close before one of them, nearly all of them are human, and there's one gnome, and the gnome seems to be in slightly more elaborate gear. The others are, and you can see quite easily, they're wearing a little bit of like chainmail and stuff. Some of them still have their equipment on. It seems like they're not like quite ready to go to bed and stuff yet. The gnome is maybe a paladin or something. It's hard to say, but approaching, they're the one that like kind of stands up off their position they were sitting and goes and looks around a little bit out of the firelight's aura, and you can see the gnome's eyes glinting in the dark like that of a faraway cat in your general direction. And that's when you see... well, you know what? Give me perception checks. Everyone. If you don't
I've
have
got
dark vision, it's disadvantage.
I've got a level of exhaustion, haven't I?
Yeah.
Yes, that's disadvantage even with dark vision.
I don't have dark vision, but I have that.
What's that do? Oh, dim light. Yeah, that's fine. That's the same deal, basically, for this. Unfortunately, you're all rolling like shit, so the only person who noticed this is Cinder, and this is a very Cinder thing to notice. As like, there's a little bit of hushed conversation you can hear, and it is like, you know, you have been these people before. You know, this is not a weird situation. These are people camping. They are soldiers of some kind. Maybe they are marauders. They look a little kind of organized. But you hear kind of hushed whispers, and the gnome's kind of like, hey, like, I'm gonna take a look at this. Cinder, you see almost a flying mote of red energy, somewhere between electricity and fire, and it zip crackles through the air silently, but you can almost see the noise. And it's the people there don't seem to notice. Your companions don't seem to notice, but it first hits the gnome, and it goes like through their temple, and you see the color energy kind of settle in their eyes, and they look suddenly a lot more, not entirely scared, but ready. And then that same mote like zips around the 5 humans in the camp, all seemingly Northmen, and they seem scared and ready, and they whip around and they seem to be looking in your direction as if they see something, but they're not necessarily looking at you. But they're readying their weapons, and most of them have longbows that they're knocking arrows into.
Is there something I can do about this? The evil danger lightning?
You have an action. It seems like the evil danger lightning has already done whatever it's going to do to them. You see it zip through each of their heads.
She doesn't want it to do anything to us.
Oh, it seems to go through all of them and then disappear. It doesn't like it's come towards you guys. The mote kind of just zips out of one of their heads and fizzles away into the air.
Can we all notice?
Only... no, you got pretty crap rolls and it's dim light, so I don't think you really...
But do we see their behavior change?
Not enough to do anything about it.
So, Cinder's gonna do...
It'll still be initiative rolls in a sec, so...
Well, Cinder's gonna do 2 things.
I said you were allowed 1 action. Unless one of those things is a movement, I don't know if... No,
well,
what
one of them is speaking. She's gonna cast protection from evil good on herself.
Good, clever,
and then,
or evil.
Either way. And then she's gonna just quietly shoot an arrow. No, she's not. She's gonna knock an arrow, but because that would be a second action. She's gonna gonna make whatever that noise is that rabbits make when they're spooked toward the party, just to let them know. Yeah, that shit's up.
Right, it's something like that. Okay.
The scared rabbit noise, but she's not scared. She's just like, okay, I gotta make a noise so they know shit's going on.
You can alert the group, and everyone can kind of get ready, seeing through the gloom that, yeah, something is about to go down. And that will be when... also, it's very appropriate for a very, like, neutral Fey creature to get protection for evil and good. We're going to do initiative in a second. First, we're going to do another quick break, because it is the hour. So we'll be back in a sec. Okay. You ready to fight some bad mens? Or are you the mens that are bad? Please start rolling initiative.
The
You
danger
can't-
lightning is the bad man's.
Yeah. Probably. Nothing good ever came from red lightning. Aside from the flash. Immediately
Elden
thought of
Ring.
a contradiction. No, I don't know anything about Maiden Ring. Pretty much true. Yeah, Freudian slip. But
Thou
you know
have
what?
no maidens.
I was gonna say I don't know anything about Elden Ring because I get bitches, but then kind of flubbed it. Kind of flubbed it big time. So
Is initiative considered an ability check? I mean, a dexterity check?
yes, yeah, you'd have advantage, and you can
Okay.
roll initiative with advantage. You just have to toggle it on your sheet. It's a little tricky. So if you just want to roll it twice, we can put whatever the best one is on.
That's a fair point. If initiative is an ability check, I have disadvantage on it because of exhaustion.
I don't think I think it's explicitly for that one.
Okay.
Maybe though. I don't know. That's
Yeah.
one for the rules lawyers.
Yeah, initiative is a weird one. I don't.
It
feel like my
again,
group
it's a thing that
discussed
other
it, yeah.
RPGs do better than D&D 5e. D&D 5e just kind of didn't explain it.
Well, that spell
like-
just paid off immensely.
Yeah, that's really good. Okay, well, the regular soldiers have pretty crap initiative, but the gnome have pretty good initiative. And the best initiative is, as it always will be, Cinder's.
She's got a +6 to initiative.
Yeah. Ugh. Dirty.
It's disgusting.
Ma, there's a weird rabbit outside.
Looks like fucking grandma.
Looks like grandma. Sorry, that just immediately was divinely beamed into my brain. It wasn't even related to what we were saying.
That's not a rabbit.
Yeah, you are of course the only one who saw the danger lightning. Everyone else is ready enough.
She's gonna quickly say something about danger lightning,
Mhm.
and that's all she's gonna say. She's not gonna explain it. And then she's going to fire 2 shots at the gnome.
Okay, gnome naming. It's hour 3, everybody. It's when the memes become real crunchy.
Oh, she does.
Both of those strikes, the first one is kind of glances against the armor, and the second one enough time for them to like get their buckler out and kind of clank it out of the way. They came prepared.
And then she's gonna move. Oh, what's
Okay.
my movement? 30.
But you also can do the jump thing, which is like a weird movement boost.
Yeah, she's not gonna do that right now because
Yeah.
I don't see anywhere for her to be able to.
You've got like a weird MOBA hero ability.
Yeah, I don't see anywhere for me to be able to like land. So I'm not gonna do that right now. I'm done.
Right. Gnome. Like I said, they've ready their buckler and their warhammer. I think they'd have, and they're wearing pretty neat quality splint mail. You know, the care and attention that paladins typically give to their equipment. And they are, you know, everyone in this party is looking at you, but not at you. They're not quite looking through you either. And the gnome kind of mutters something in gnomish to themselves as they ready everything. And they're going to... go here and take the dodge action.
You always have dark vision by default. I guess.
Yeah.
Also, if they're possessed by
No,
whatever. that thing
this
is.
gnome,
What
like
if-
you could see the gnome could see you. Gnomes have
Okay.
cat-like eyes in Jarviskjir. They glint in the dark when they're looking deep. Like you know, the gnome could see you guys. Ish.
What did
No,
it
so
say
something.
in Gnomish?
You speak Gnomish?
Uh-huh.
It was sort of a. I never thought I'd see one of these in the flesh.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm glad that didn't answer any questions. Now did it? Vincent.
No.
I have no idea. These things are not hostile, I guess. Do I notice anything else around me that they may be looking at instead of us?
Night, dark, snow. Nothing concrete. Nothing easy to work out.
2, 3, 4, 5. I will move up, I guess, until I bump into something.
You bump into the
would-
gnome, well, nearly enough, close enough to, like, he's ready as well with his shield.
That's my whole action because I'm dashing to get there. So
Okay. Snow.
Yeah, Snow can't really see exactly what's going on. Saw the gnome kind of running out of the, campfire illuminated area, so he's just gonna start moving up with his weaponized axe out.
You're the guys who wanted to look for people in the night. I had to quickly convert this battle map to darkness.
He's gonna take the dodge
Destroy the
action.
sun. Dodge action?
Yeah, because he can't really see anything, but he can hear kind of rustling, I'm assuming. So,
Yeah, there's like,
Yeah.
you can hear people readying longbows, and if they're not stringing them, and the chainmail of people. Like, they're not quiet. They're getting ready to fight.
I think
Larger
he
than
wants to
bows.
call out as well in common tongue and be like, we don't wish to fight you, and like wave his.
Sure,
axe
you
in the
don't,
air.
but what about that thing?
What thing?
The dragon!
Snow looks behind him.
the what now?
Peep realize the moment Peep hears
Oh,
that, just the
no.
words of my echo in his head, like,
Oh no.
Hellhead.
Okay.
He's hearing this, looks at Peep, looks at the Marauders. It is not a dragon, it is harmless.
You could try persuasion with that if you want.
Sure.
You could see everyone pretty clear. You can see how, like, pants-shittingly terrified they are.
Yeah, persuasion. Yeah.
Its mouth is dripping with blood. That's no peaceful beast. It's not a beast, it's a monster.
Okay, I'm going to move up here and take the dodge action.
Okay. Peep.
alright, Peep's gonna move 1, 2, 3. And given what they're shouting, Peep's gonna put 2 and 2 together. And then as powerfully as Peep can, will like stand up like tall, slightly tippy toes, and is full near 3 feet, and just bellow out, I need not take your life tonight. I need only information. See how they react?
You give me an intimidation roll with advantage.
Would that then go normal because I'm exhausted?
Yeah.
Very sleepy dragon.
If they understand, a couple of them backing up, you see them just like shakily getting the bows ready, but then getting enough resolve, that strength they needed to fight a very, very powerful foe. And again, they're not even really looking at you. They're kind of looking above you as if you were much bigger.
Bigger. Fine. I'll take the dodge action, and then that'll be me.
All right, so there's
My
going to
turn.
be 10 longbow shots at Pete, now at disadvantage.
Oh no!
At disadvantage.
At disadvantage.
Yeah.
That's
So
fine.
what's your AC right now, Pete?
16.
Peep's about to
As
be a
every single
pincushion.
one of them unleashes a pair of arrows. First miss. Second miss. Third miss. Fourth miss. Fifth miss. Sixth miss. Seventh hit, so we have one hit.
Okay, one hit.
8 is a miss, barely. Another miss. Another miss, and another hit. So, as all of them unleash, arrow after arrow at you, and it's kind of like a cloud of arrows. A couple of them are gonna plink at you as they're coming down. And these guys don't actually have a dex mod, so it's just gonna do a raw d8 of damage each. If I can find one! 1 is 8, and the other is 8, so that's going to be 16 piercing damage. The two that hit,
That's fine.
they really hit. And there is like, we struck the beast! If it bleeds, we can kill it! We can take it home! Skin the thing!
Oh, you can try.
Cinder.
Can I tell where the gnome is?
Not really.
Like by sound, because he clearly just spoke.
No, he hasn't spoken for a little bit.
Okay, she's gonna move a little bit, see if she can find him first, before she does anything. Okay, I see something over there, I don't know what it is.
Yeah, that's him. I'll give you it.
Okay. She's gonna get in front of Peep. She's gonna look toward what she thinks is the gnome, and she's gonna switch to gnomish. I'm thinking of my words very carefully right now, partially because my other DM in my other game likes to get me on my wording sometimes.
I typically do when you... Well, 1, you're a fae, so wording does tend to matter. 2, sending. I mean, that's
Yeah, well,
wording
I
is all
accidentally...
fuckery.
Yeah, I accidentally summoned a demon last session in the other game. Because wording. But, yeah, she's gonna switch to gnomish. Stop, please. They're not a dragon. I work for a dragon that is a kind dragon, and, I like gnomes, and he very much likes gnomes. Like, he has a gnome that's a wife, and she's really cool. You might know about her. She's awesome. But, anyway, he's not a dragon. We're not here to hurt you. I saw the really big red lightning thing that, flashed through your head and made you go kind of cuckoo for Cocoa Puffs. I don't know what those are, but that's what it made it happen look like, and, if you want, I can help you try not to see crazy things. She's holding her hands up with her bow in one hand and an arrow in the other one.
Give me a persuasion check.
Everyone else just hears this random gibberish and gnomish.
It's like
my
listening to
persuasion.
a modem
Fucking
power
terrible.
up in the olden days. The gnome, you and Vincent can just barely see with your, but Adelhard can see clearly, kind of takes a step back and twists the mace in their hand, and then we'll call back in common. They're protecting the dragon! For reasons I know not why. That means they must all be taken down. Maybe if we hit them hard enough, the enchantment will leave their heads. There's kind of like a grunt of agreement from the humans.
Does that count as my action?
Yeah, you talked for like 9 seconds in a 6-second turn. I think that's an action. I don't always make it an action, but that was a long one.
She's gonna stay in front of Peep.
Yeah, okay.
I use my action to monologue. Well, dialogue.
Well, you know, you have to be a bad guy to do that.
Yeah.
Take prisoners.
Yeah, she's gonna just stay in front of Peep to keep a protect over the Peep.
Okay. The gnome is gonna swing at Vincent. What's your AC, Vincent? 17?
18.
18. Big boy.
Let's go.
It's gonna be 3 attacks. First one's a miss. You know, a bit of a parrying situation here. This is a bit of a kind of like you're having to have this proper, not quite a sword fight because it's a warhammer, but you know, proper. Almost duel with the paladin versus paladin, and you do see in a few moments when he, you know, thinks he might get it at you, but of course he doesn't know that you are like the most defensive creature in the world. But when he thinks he might get a hit in, he says a magic word, and it's much more of a magic word than a prayer. It's almost like a command, and just the tip, like there's a gem in the tip of the warhammer, and it starts to kind of spark red. But he misses, it fades out. So he is really trying. He's not holding back, but he doesn't get a hit on you. Next is your turn.
So Vincent is going to try to take the flat of his blade and just slap the legs out from under this gnome, and at the same time use his bonus action to take his shield and shove him back 5 feet. To try to like knock him prone and shove him back into the light 5 feet.
Okay. Yeah.
I assume I'm at disadvantage since I'm in the dark.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, darkness rules are a little weird, but this would be because he can see you, but you can't see him.
Okay.
Well, you rolled really, really well. He rolled pretty well, and that was the first one to get him prone, right? So that one,
right,
you would succeed. He does get knocked prone. It's the second one to push him back. Oh,
jeez.
Yeah, you clown this guy. It absolutely works as dead. You know, he's a gnome. He's like 4 foot tall. You get him, and he gets sent back into the snow with a crunch.
And then I will use my move to follow up behind him and hold my blade down and like just kind of have him at blade's point. Stay down. This does not have to get bloody.
Give me an intimidate roll. You say that, but there's like guitar in the soundtrack, which means it's probably gonna get bloody.
Banger. Better the soundtrack as well.
Oh.
The gnome kind of hits
There's
the ground, looks up, and just kind of smirks. You know, just kind of like, nah. This is a fight now. This, like dragon, sure, but this is a paladin dad fight now.
That's my turn.
Snow.
Okay. So Snow's gonna move up to where he sees the gnome. He can like, it's kind of right at the edge of the firelight, so you can barely make out that it got knocked prone.
Mm-hmm.
And he's just gonna take his axe and just go, "Shut up!" and just go bam. He's not having this dumb shit anymore.
You have advantage. He's prone.
Yeah. Would it be normal because of the lighting, or is it?
No, you can.
I don't know.
You should be
okay.
fine. Yeah.
Yeah, he's like right on the edge of the light.
If you could go up enough to, you can work out there's a gnome there. It's fine.
Yeah.
If you like,
okay.
I'm not really sure what I'm attacking. Yeah, it's disadvantage.
Yeah. I'll okay. We'll smack him, and so I got 2 come at him.
Mm-hmm.
If it's gonna go. I would be raging too, by the way.
Okay.
So
that is a hit.
Another 2 on top of that.
Okay.
And
is
then,
this non-lethal or?
Yeah, it is non-lethal, but he's still angry and.
Yeah. Snow is a barbarian who can non-lethal while.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Another one. Yeah. So he just smacks it a bit.
You hear them. You hear the splint mail kind of clank together, but you do strike. But the gnome takes it.
Okay.
Adelhard.
And that's all.
Just going to move up a little. Right. Yes. Moving up. Is that right? Oh, one further. Moving up here and shooting this guy with the crossbow.
Which guy?
This
Okay.
one. Yes.
That
15?
is a hit.
All right. That
That's
is it for
not going to
my
be a
turn.
whole lot of damage to him, but it is going to be damage. Okay. Anything else? You good?
Yeah, I'm good.
Peep, you've been arrowed.
I have been arrowed. People like just grab, like snap the shafts. They throw them aside, and well, oh, it's probably gonna hurt. But I'm gonna dash towards the group of two. It's 1, 2, 3, 4. It's actually not as far as I thought. Still,
Nah,
dash.
it's kind of
That's
easy to
45.
tell too, because it's traditional firelight, so it's 20 feet, 20 feet. It's a little hard to
Yeah.
tell because it's circles. But,
Yeah, but like still it works to run there. I'm gonna use my bonus action to, I don't know why my sheet keeps closing. To use fighting spirit to get that 5 temp HP.
mm-hmm.
And I will say as I'm dashing towards them, thingy, where's the malignant? I just need to know about her.
At this point, they're too frenzied, having an actual dragon run up to them in melee combat. In their eyes, this is a potentially adult ancient level dragon of grey scales and gnarled spines, rushing, roaring, yelling. They're doing the best they can to get into combat positions. They're not answering questions.
Fair enough. All right, that's my turn.
So, yeah, so the one and the other one next to it, they go into melee. They're going to be dropping the bow, readying just like maces and clubs. There's going to be one hit against Peep with a mace for 6 bludgeoning.
Okay.
They missed a second, and then they'll hit one more as the second one gets into melee, which can actually get into flanking. And that would be for 7 bludgeoning.
Cool.
These other 3 are a little conflicted, but one's like, oh, they're surrounding him, and we'll kind of. This one will actually take a shot, their pair of shots at Vincent, and they will hit one of them for 6 piercing, and the others will continue shooting at Pete. Missing both shots for the first, and both for the second. It's probably like their shots are kind of in this area while Peep's been running. It's like the area in between like Peep and Cinder as Peep moved. Cinder.
She is going to 2, 3. 2 things she's going to do. She's gonna ask, I guess as my free action, she's gonna ask Adelhard if he's got anything that he can use to break a spell of any sort, like a mind control, like magic.
Enchantment.
He does not.
Okay. Once he says that, she's gonna be like, okay. And then so she's got 2 attacks. Yeah, she's got 2 attacks. But she's not gonna use her bow for the first one. She's just gonna kick the gnome in the head, non-lethally.
Yeah, you could make a non-lethal unarmed attack. Strength.
I don't have unarmed on my sheet, apparently.
It's fine. Just do strength. It only does 1 plus strength modifier damage anyway.
Okay. Prior to doing that, but she's gonna just a strength check.
Okay, yeah. It's just do a strength check plus your. Then we add your proficiency modifier.
Yeah, my proficiency modifier is -1. Oh shit.
It doesn't matter. So okay, what's your strength modifier?
-1.
Okay, so you do 0 plus 0 damage plus 2d8 force damage. So you're still doing damage.
I hate to be.
No, I know, it does
say
minus.
a weapon attack.
1d8.
And that counts as a weapon. A melee attack is a weapon attack.
Okay.
Well, she's
attack is a
also
weapon
got
attack.
like rabbit feet, claws, feet.
Yeah.
So,
That's
1d8.
true.
2d8.
Or is it 2d? Oh,
This
it's
is a crit.
2d8. Oh, buddy.
Yeah. Yeah, you give this guy a concussion.
Well, she's trying to knock him out of the charm, and then she's gonna
Oh, I
fire
see.
an arrow.
You give him a concussion.
Okay, well that might, if it works, it works. And then she's
You
gonna
still
fire an arrow at this one.
Ah.
A good old force reboot.
Yeah. Great, yeah. I mean, it wanted to be a 1, but it didn't give you it. Okay. Think. They get hit. They take it. The gnome is down on the ground. They look around, their large eyes kind of piercing around at everyone, and then they kind of mutter something, and they... And you see the snow around kind of get disturbed as they try to get away, either invisible or like in a demi-plane or something.
Or like Cinder Misty stepping.
Or like Cinder Misty stepping. Gets a lot harder to tell after they're away, but just enough to be like, yeah, they were there and they just kind of scrabbled away. Vincent.
Okay, how can I get to... Not quite. Okay. I'm just gonna move... Actually, I can. I'm gonna move here and then dash to move here to be next to Peep.
Okay.
And I'm gonna do my best to try to protect Peep. So that's my action and everything. So
set up for your reaction stuff.
Yeah.
Snow.
Snow is pretty annoyed and pissed off, and he's seen like Peep is doing fine, right? Peep's not visibly wounded.
Peep's looking a bit bloodied.
A little bloodied?
Yeah,
Okay.
bit battered, but still standing.
Okay, so Snow is like a little worried, and he's like looking at these guys just pelting Peep with arrows, and he's like, "You want dragon fire? I'll show you fire!" And he's gonna reach down to the necklace of fireballs on his belt, and he's just gonna grab one bead. Because I don't think he doesn't know if he'll need more, and he's just gonna throw it like right here, which should hit those.
I
three.
wondered why you were measuring an area effect on your barbarian, and it didn't clock to me. So let me real quick check what level it cast at. I think it just cast it at.
Yeah, just
regular.
with one, it's base 3rd level fireballs
Okay.
with a
So
save
what's-
DC of 15.
You could
What's
add
the
fireball to
radius?
your sheet with the compendium.
Yeah, I guess I
and
could
just
just
cast it.
do that. Yeah.
That's probably the best
So
way to do
there, but yeah, for now though, so yeah, I can throw it up to 60 feet away. So I can.
Yeah. And remember, Snow for this is the end. It was a ring on a giant. It was on the armband. You like wrench it off and huck it.
Yeah, he's just doing one of the beads, right? Because he wants to leave. He doesn't want to use them all here. 'Cause that would be
This is
overkill.
very reasonable.
Yeah.
Don't
And,
want
so-
thermobaric bomb.
So
What's
I
the
need-
radius on that?
I think it's 20 feet for fireball, right?
Where's
Let
it
me check.
landing?
It is a 20-foot
fine.
radius.
It won't.
20 foot
It'll
radius.
only hit these guys,
Yeah,
and
it's
maybe
just
the
right,
invisible
yeah.
gnome.
Base damage is 8d6, I think.
Yeah.
Cinder's like, oh
Okay,
shit.
so 2 fail, 1 gets the
Okay.
20, but
There's
so 1 take
the
half damage.
there's the damage.
That's what you like to see.
Yeah, that's good. And are they okay? Is that one still alive?
His last one only takes half damage. The last 2, and you know, it was actually, this is exactly on 0 for them, so they're alive. They're just knocked out.
Okay.
And they are like knocked back too. This is like,
Yeah.
Into the tent,
Whoa.
back in bed. In time.
I also then have movement, so I can. So like, yeah, he's just gonna like then
there's
charge all the way up to here.
that's why you give your players a necklace of fireballs, just for the
Yeah.
casual
Oh, right.
grenade.
Yeah. Yeah, Snow isn't pissed off enough, and he's like, "Wait a minute, I have something for this situation." So yeah.
But
there
yeah,
you go.
again, doesn't really convince them they're not fighting a dragon now that you've used a fire attack on them. Probably helps
Yeah.
with the illusion. Adelhard, how do you follow that up? Huh?
Okay. Okay, I'm going to. Yes, I can move there. I'm going to cast Detect Magic. I will be able to see all 3 of
See all of
these. I
them,
need
yeah.
to
So
know-
you
want to
cast
see
Detect
what's
Magic.
happening there.
You could immediately see the you know, Cinder kind of quickly jabbering about red lightning. You can kind of see there's like a red fire lightning. You can see it in their eyes, which you would know is a lot of enchantment or enthralling. You can tell through people's eyes. They are clearly enchanted by this foul fire lightning.
Okay.
You can also
we'll
see
just say-
a cloud
Oh.
of magic right here, kind of the shape of a gnome.
Well.
Right here.
Oh. Adelhard will just say to the rest of the group, just knock them out.
That's what I was trying to do.
So,
The fire
readying
knocked them
another
out.
sharp arrow and aiming for the head.
That's it for my turn.
Peep.
All right. Peep is gonna. First of all, they're gonna fighting spirit, so that's another 5 temp HP. And then they're gonna take a swing at the one above them on the map,
Yeah.
which does pack. I meant advantage anyway. Actually, yeah, because of thingy fighting spirit. So where are we? 200. What? Damn. Poopy damage.
Perfectly symmetrical violence.
Yeah.
That does hit.
And then
yes.
hit them again. Same one.
That's better damage, but does it hit? Yes. Yes, it does.
All non-lethal. I am hitting them with like
It
the
is a
flat of the
non-lethal.
axe.
They don't go down. They are tough. They take it all.
See, that's pretty much my turn. Peep's given up. Try to speak to them at this point.
They are going to retaliate with their warhammers. Maces, regular old maces. So the one north of you, stage north, is going to swing at you, Peep.
The first one that swings, I'll try to put my shield up.
Yeah. Which it turned like a 17 into a 4, so it worked.
Poggers.
And then next one, I thought that was a 20, but it was a 10. But luckily they rolled better on their advantage dice, so they are going to hit Peep once for 5 bludgeoning. And then the one behind strikes as well and is going to hit for 5. And they're going to hit again for 3. And they're just like focusing, trying to get everything into... They're just swinging and... Like it's semi-disorganized, but they're also like trained, competent warriors. This one is going to like kind of be patting the fire out and look at the two who kind of got knocked out by the fire and be like, oh shit! And yeah, he's going to start running away. Cinder.
Wanna move close.
Now, this one who's running away looks heavily injured. You know, their gambeson under the chainmail is still on fire, stuff like that.
I can't see him from here, so that's fine. Cinder's going to do what she did last time and try and hit one of these fools in the head. She's also gonna use that thing again.
Is it non-lethal?
Yes.
Okay.
Oh,
Some
I closed my
Legolas
sheet.
bullshit where you hit them in the head, but it kind of clonks off the top of their head, and they go like, "Oh."
Are they wearing helmets?
Yeah.
That's just gonna knock them out.
Yeah.
They
No,
hit.
it's totally possible for someone who's as good as you. Both hit.
File down the tip of the arrow, so it's just a flat stop.
Yeah, they're gonna get knocked out even before you add the force damage. Yeah,
Everyone's just
they're just like
standing there.
ragdoll sideways.
Peeps just standing there like with their sword, just standing there looking at it, and all of a sudden it's just flying out of camera view.
Just ragdolls collapses and like does like wiggle.
Yeah.
I know this is a cave, but it's just sort of like they're just sat there like thinking they get hit, and it's just a case of, oh God, where's the thing? Where's the thing?
Yep. You ain't wrong.
It's the old DJ Jazzy Jeff when he gets thrown out of the Banks resident sound.
Ah! Just the default Star Wars trooper noise. Like,
Right.
"Ah!"
You mean the Wilhelm scream? Default Star Wars trooper noise. Come on.
Oh, there's a different one. There's a different
There
one.
is
from
a
the
different
Wilhelm
one,
scream.
but
How injured does Peep look?
Peep looks pretty rough. The gnome is going to appear from their invisibility and swing at Cinder.
Oh.
Yeah, baby. Cinder, what's your AC?
I'm in dim light, right?
Yes. Literally
I have
true.
disadvantage.
Just in general, because is that a skulker thing?
Yes.
Okay.
I think. Hold on. Let me display it again. Yeah. Oh wait,
No.
that's ranged attacks only. Never mind.
Yeah, exactly.
So yeah, my AC is 14.
14. They're gonna hit with the first hit. And they are gonna pump a smite into that. It's gonna be 14 bludgeoning damage plus 5 radiant.
Correct.
They miss the second strike and the third. So they hit the big one. And like the tip of the gem kind of flashes and strikes. And Cinder's probably Cinder has probably been smited before, so
Yeah,
don't
she
need to
doesn't
explain
like
it too
it
much.
though.
yeah. Vincent, now it's your turn.
So Peep is looking pretty beat up right now.
Pretty beat up. You've seen Peep worse.
I will use an action and reach out and just place a hand on Peep's shoulder and heal them for 10 out of my lay on hands. And that will be my turn, except for just like I said, getting Pete's back here. Just
Yeah.
protecting Pete.
No.
Yeah. Snow's gonna run over here and smack this gnome.
No, smacking.
I will reckless
Whack a gnome.
attack. Yeah. I'm gonna rage again because my first one wore off, but I will I'm gonna reckless attack as well as rage. So let's see if I can smack him good.
It's a hit.
Okay, how's he looking?
I mean, that's definitely bloodied him. He's also, his
Sure.
equipment is heavily singed from a fireball going off at him. But he's taking it. But he is
Alright.
bloodied.
I will attack him again, and yeah, trying to go for the non-lethal. Just trying to knock him out.
It's a hit. He's not he's not down, he's not gowned, he's not Gandalf. He's still going.
Okay, and that'll be it. I guess I would like yell at him to stand down, but it's probably not gonna work. So
At this point, it's not enchantment or no. Like he seems like he's gonna finish the fight. You know?
yeah.
He seems like he's
Master
like,
Chief over here.
yeah. You better wait until how we cliffhanger chapter 3.
I am going to move here. You do advantage for flanking, right?
Mm-hmm.
Non-lethal, I am going to hit with the rapier.
Yeah. Had a lot of hit attack, everybody. Did damage. Wow.
Did it knock him out?
No.
Okay, then bonus action attack with the crossbow.
You should at some point, AJ, turn your dice on.
Oh yeah, so it does the
Because
digital dice.
you don't have dice on right now.
Oh, no. No.
Yep. Damage, not a kill. Not that you're going for a kill anyway. But, yeah. But he is
Okay,
heavily
that's it
wounded. But he's still, he could do this all day.
Is the magic still active? Like, it's
Oh, yeah,
still
yeah.
doing the detect magic?
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Okay.
They're all still enchanted, but you also feel like this guy would probably still be fighting regardless, like he's on a bound to fight
Yeah.
now. Peepimus.
All right, let's beat the shit out of this guy.
Peepus Dickus.
Pack tactics works on the cart thingy on the
Yeah,
diagonals as well, right?
we're vibing with that because it kind of fits the swarm stuff and it makes it a little more fun.
All right, so showing
Yeah.
and choking.
This guy had not been struck yet before, so this is fresh damage on an undamaged foe, so they can still keep fighting for quite a bit. Even when they're trying to deflect the strikes from the dragon's claws.
And I'll leave it there.
Are they gonna fight back? They're gonna swing?
I will intervene for the first one.
Well, you deleted a crit. It's still gonna be a hit, but it's not a crit. So, I mean,
God damn.
pretty worth it. 4 bludgeoning to Peep. And then the
Alright.
second one is also a hit for 8.
Oh.
Luck of the
Still up
dice. Okay, and they're the only one left because the other one ran away. Well, it's still running away because there's nowhere to... They're just running across the snow at this point, thinking they're being chased by a dragon. Like they
should probably find them.
they think they survived dragon fire and they are running.
We should probably find them after this, or they're gonna die out in the snow.
Cinder.
Cinder is tired of this. But she's not Cyril, so she can't disintegrate people.
No.
She's gonna hop. And then she is going to fire 2 shots while she's up 15 feet before she lands again.
Which gives you advantage on the
anime.
ranged attack.
Oh, really?
Because you're
Okay.
above, yeah. I don't know
Where's
if it's
the
actually
first one?
stock D&D,
And these
but
are
it's always
non-lethal.
Sure, that's a
Yeah,
miss.
I think it is like a thing.
I just always remember it. Actually, I don't... if I'm not getting it from 5e, I'm getting it from 4th edition, because I'm going to say it's from Warhammer, but Warhammer took a lot of that stuff out in 7th edition, which is the one I played.
I
Crit.
don't think it's.
It's a
I
crit.
don't think it's raw.
What?
But it's been in some things.
What, higher
That's
ground
it.
giving advantage?
Yeah, I think it's like an optional rule.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I think it's
initially
optional.
and-
It's cool though.
It
I
makes
like
sense.
Yeah, it does make sense.
It
Yeah,
gives
but
you
I
a
have
thing
the high
to-
ground.
You can do that trick as a rabbit
Yeah.
because of this rule, which is fun.
Yeah,
And
that's cool.
Gnome lives though. Not that
Oh,
you're
she
trying to
wasn't
kill
trying
him.
to kill him.
Yeah. But how much of an asshole should I be?
I mean, how much of the asshole is the gnome?
He's
Do
gonna twist the hammer around his hand, put his hand to his chest, and heal himself with lay on hands.
I respect it.
Yeah. I mean,
Game
come on.
respects game.
Come on, I mean, he's gonna do it.
Hey, I have my like enemies heal themselves sometimes.
What a Chad.
Vincent. This gnome's
Um,
named Chadamus.
Vincent is going to attack this. Actually, if he's taking the attack action, can he take his bonus action ahead of time?
Oh yeah. You don't have to do. There's no order in D&D.
Okay. Actually, Vincent's going to step down to here, and he's going to swing his sword at the creature first and take the attack action. Am I on normal? Yeah, okay, cool.
It's a hit.
And then
Fine.
he's going to swing again.
That one's a miss. First one was a hit.
And then, as his bonus action, he'll take his shield and shove it into the human in front of him, and try to push him back 5 feet, or them back 5 feet.
Mhm. We get a 15. Wait. Do they have a proficiency for this? No. They get pushed back.
And then I'll step up and follow them and just look them in the eyes and say, "Your fight's with me now."
I'm the captain now.
What kind of monster fights with dragons?
The kind that worships them.
I mean, literally true. Snow.
So this guy just healed himself up more.
Yeah, like he was scratched, wounded, and he just put his hand to his chest. You see, I mean, you've seen Vincent do it. It's very similar. Little flare of light, and just all the wounds. Not all of them, but a good deal of them seal right shut. With him, it's almost like they were wound back in time to never appearing, rather than sealing. It's more mechanical and almost arcane how this gnome paladin is working.
Okay.
So how do you want to hit it?
Well, I was thinking of a plan, but I don't think it would be reasonable. I was like, what if... I also don't... It's kind of... Yeah, I was like, what if I like shoved a fireball down his throat? But then...
I mean, if
That's not.
if you
But I
fuck
was
up,
like,
you're
I
just
don't
you're gonna just blow Adelhard up again.
Yeah.
Yeah, but then I was like,
Do that.
That's-
first off, I don't think I could in one turn. Also, I don't think Snow would want to do that because that sounds like very torturous, which is a little too far for him.
that's a little far for Snow.
And there's
Yeah.
no way to non-lethal that one.
Yeah.
Like, he might do that if this guy had already killed one of his friends, but it's but no, in the current state, he's not going to do that. So he's just going to smack him instead.
That's very funny.
I mean, in some
Okay.
places, it might be considered a delicacy to, have a flash cooked from the inside gnome, but
He's not prone anymore, right? He stood up, I'm
he's-
assuming. Okay.
He on his feet.
I'm gonna reckless attack then. Or no, yeah, it's been a while since he was prone. Yeah, I'm gonna just reckless attack to give myself advantage, anyways. Trying to draw its attention too, since it did a good bit of damage to Cinder. So there's attack 1. Ooh, baby.
He takes it.
And so mutter like, try healing through that, and then another one.
I would have, if you got a second crit there, that would have been amazing. You just basically knock all the healing he did out. Like he's back to where he was. Staggers back from the strikes, barely taking them.
Okay, that's it for me.
Battle hard. This gnome is on his last legs. He's spinning away from the strikes that Snow hit him with.
Okay, attack with the rapier first.
That's a hit. It's an unnatural
It's a
20.
And then the bonus action attack from the crossbow.
Well, it was a crit twice.
Wow.
But those aren't actually
Why did it roll
canon
again?
in the timeline.
Yeah.
Those are alternate reality
it rolled
crits.
so many times, oh no!
And unfortunately, the one you got is a miss by 1.
Oh no.
So the alternate
Whoops.
reality crits will never go through. In
I
a
don't
different
know why it
world,
rolled
you're very
again,
happy
though.
right now. But in this one,
It's okay. I'm happy I can roll well. In an alternate timeline.
yeah, it's a comfort. Peep.
Gonna move over and 2 swings again. Let's go.
Let's go.
Let's
The hit.
let's go.
Yep, with the second one, you can clonk them. They like just fall into the snow with a dunk, unconscious.
Okay. Off to the 1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
All of the soldiers are unconscious. So Cinder, you're up next.
Question: Can she see like any sort of holy symbol or like who?
They're a
who this
gnome. The holiness is more theoretical. Gnomes don't really worship their gods as gods. They don't typically carry symbols around on them. Probably the gem in the hammer would be what counts as a holy symbol.
Okay. So no identifiers as to who they might be.
It look
aligned
like
with.
it seems like it's a traditional gnomish paladin. It's just gnomish paladins are a different breed if they ever come about.
Okay.
Because they don't worship their gods as gods. They worship them as
She's
factual,
frustrated.
very useful entities.
She's frustrated at this point. And like this gnome's like keeps smacking the shit out of her and she ain't done nothing wrong. She's gonna say in gnomish, "Oh, by the Wayfinder, you stupid gnome." She's gonna just like kick him in the head twice. She's gonna jump up and kick him in the head.
him in the head like a Looney Tune.
Trying to knock his ass out. She's done.
Knock his head out.
Cinder Bunny. Just ta-da.
Pretty much. This would be normal because it's not a ranged attack.
I just realized the Pokemon Cinderace is a rabbit and does this.
Oh god, don't.
I
do
mean, it
that
could have
to
been
me.
an accidental conversion evolution.
Cinder Race, yeah.
Yeah.
Oh god, Cinder!
Unfortunately, this cool knockout on the bad guy, who's just a mind control guy, he is in that last moment, he's like, I don't know who your Wayfinder is.
I don't care! Stop hitting me!
Stop hitting me!
Okay!
Fine!
Did we just become best friends?
Snow's just gonna say, "Hit me if you dare."
And then he's gonna like deflect the cinder attacks. He's just gonna get the warhammer out, and it's just gonna flare with light. And he's gonna swing the Snow's ankles.
Yeah, you'll have advantage.
Leaving Cinder alone.
He does miss the first strike, and the second, and the
Even with
third.
advantage.
Yeah, he swings and swings, and he's very tired.
Yeah, that's fair.
He's like swinging for you, and you can back up and deflect the ones that are close, and the light at the end of the hammer is like. But, and you know what? I'm gonna even say that's like the last of his energy, and after that, he just kind of falls to the ground on his hands and knees. Like. The gnome is no longer willing to battle.
Okay.
The
And you
party
said one of them
wins.
like ran off, right?
Yeah, one of them did run away into the snows.
It can't be that far away.
Vincent's gonna just kind of. Oh, he's still in combat.
No, you're not still in combat. So, but that's the thing. He's going to be further away than you can catch up with unless you have a shenanigans. If he's running fullish speed through the snow.
How fast is he running?
Full regular human speed, maybe a little slower because snow and tired.
So Misty Step won't catch me up to him, will it?
It will, but you can't see him either.
Okay, yeah, she's not gonna try. She can't see, she's not gonna try.
Yeah, I say we just let him go.
Yeah.
Something will eat him, it's fine.
Vincent is going to kind of walk through the unconscious bodies over here by him and kick their weapons away from their hands, and then move towards the tent and just take a look in and make sure there's nobody hiding in there.
No, just the person that Snow knocked into them using the fireball.
While he's doing that, Cinder's gonna set the gnome on his butt and take his weapons.
Sure.
And set them aside.
Yeah. Snow has his weapon, like his axe, next to its neck in case it tries to run.
Okay. Well, this is a very dramatic place for us to start off next week's session, as you try to work out what the hell happened, although Quill has already worked it out. Absolutely.
Oh, I have, out of character, have worked it out. Cinder has no fucking idea.
Cinder wouldn't know what's going on. Cinder's like, danger lightning! Danger lightning!
Vincent's just here to look pretty and punch stuff.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
The prettiest party member, Vincent. Right.
He is the most charismatic, I think.
Yeah, he's a paladin.
Cinder has no charisma. Cinder's charisma is like...
My charisma.
Cinder doesn't have charisma, Cinder just talks.
My charisma is -1, so...
It's better than that.
Better than my strength score of -1.
I was gonna say, well, at least all of you have real life charisma, of like at least, but like I can't. I'm not even gonna finish that sentence because I know people will start disagreeing with me. But that's the end of today's session. Real quick, we'll talk about what other people are working on. The people here, not like other random people, not like Jeff across the street. No, like the people here. We'll talk about what we're working on, starting with Zach. Wait, you're over there.
So I am starting my show this week. We had auditions last week and cast a show over the weekend. We have our first read through Tuesday, so that's super exciting. And I am in the very, very early stages of putting together my own campaign guide for my own world, with hopefully some support and help, and we're gonna get this thing rolling. I'm very excited about it. It's been something we've been working on for about 5 or 6 years now. So
nice. Poetry.
Yeah, I've mostly just been streaming a lot of different stuff. Streaming some Hades, some Ultra Kill, and some Pagel recently. And
who is your Hades waifu / husbando?
I don't know. I don't necessarily have one right now.
You don't have one? That is actually
you know
valid, but I mean...
No, I have... Okay, it's Nyx, because she looks like Jennifer Connelly, and I have a big crush on Jennifer Connelly. Anyways. That's
it's Aries and Dio for me.
It's Dusa, because I love Best Girl.
Dusa is also great, yeah. But, so yeah, I've just been doing that. I will have, on Monday, I'll probably be doing some sort of, like, longer stream because it's my birthday. But other than that, I'm not sure what I'm gonna do. It might honestly not be anything special, so but it'll be a fun time. So
that's what it's all about. Mm-hmm. AJ.
I do art. I actually have this week finished a rather big piece connected to my character here that I play. A second piece also connected to the character coming as well. So look forward to that.
Yeah,
on my Twitter.
Full like card game illustration level of Adelhard, which you should check out on AJ's Twitter, which is of course linked right there. It's really good. Quills.
Just the usual, been shitposting and just making memes. That's all I've really been doing. Nothing major to announce, really. I'm still putting together stuff for the stream I'm planning on. Celebrate 100k on YouTube. But by the time
you get there, it'll be further.
It'll be like 200k, because it's just that I'm waiting for. I won Voice Mods Creator of the Month competition, And there's a couple. I might be getting a new webcam out of it because this one's old as shit, as you can probably tell by the quality. So
My
hopefully
internet's gonna
once
eat
that
that quality up like breakfast. You're gonna look exactly the same on this stream, at least.
maybe slightly better color balance.
Yeah,
'cause,
I was gonna
you
say
know,
the colors will be nicer.
Yeah. So yeah. Other than that, just been the usual memes and shit posts. Just check me out on YouTube and all that good stuff. My play button is on its way now. My silver play button is coming. Finally, after
That's
so
very
long.
exciting. That's very cool.
That's great.
And Ori.
Hi, I'm ready to do art commissions. Hire me. I'm working on. I don't have any private commissions right now. I've got one for a visual novel that is being worked on by some friends of mine, and we've somehow managed to accumulate a small little studio now out of it. But anyway, yeah, so I'm working on all the art, or most of it, for this visual novel that will be released on Steam at some point. It has no name yet. I would tell you what it is. Yeah, private commissions are open, and I need money to pay bills, because that's
Pirate
just my job.
commissions?
Huh?
Pirate commissions?
I'll do your pirates for you. I know that sounded worse than
Nice.
I will draw your pirates for you. Yeah, no, commission me.
Yeah.
And then, I might be streaming later tonight. I don't know. We'll see how exhausted I am. But yeah.
And there's me. This show is supported by Patreon. For any amount, you get access to kind of behind the scenes stuff and a couple of like cleaned versions of things. Like relatively. I don't edit things, but like a little bit cleaner. And then $5 or more, you get access to the Monday show, which is nearing the end-ish of its campaign. Maybe there's going to be some scheduling stuff I need to deal with. Other than that, there's this show, and there's streams pretty much every other day or so of just kind of whatever I'm working on at the moment. We've returned to doing the Pokemon art streams. We've returned to just random gaming streams, and there will be probably role play streams as well. I'm also working on other projects that are mostly on my Patreon or Twitter. Follow me on Twitter for news about this little game I'm working on. I'm probably going to help Zach with this the source book for the setting, because that'll be fun. And just little bits of unrelated things with approximate connections. And that's
You know, if you want, we could do some design streams if you wanted to.
Maybe.
I don't know. Just thoughts.
That's there are a lot of those on YouTube. Well, there's a lot of those on YouTube, and there's a lot here as well. The Pokemon ones are kind of close. I get a lot of people come into the Pokemon streams where we're doing turning Pokemon into other things, and they go like, "Oh, I have this idea," and I talk through it, but it's often so unrelated. Sometimes there's people who are like, "Oh man, I really want to." There's like some guest speaker who come and like, "Oh, I have this great idea for like Eevee and Vaporeon." I'm like, "Yes, tell me about it." Someone's like, "I really want a campaign with cowboy wolves." I'm like, "Sure." It's not what we're doing right now, but like, I mean, Godspeed. So those kind of streams can be wild.
If I don't get some cowboy wolves soon, I'm rioting. I just want you to know that.
Cowboys are canon in Jarviskjir, and they're half orcs. You guys haven't met one yet, but the half orcs are from the south, and they're cowboys.
My character's coming together.
Oh yeah.
For the next thing.
Oh yeah.
Real quick.
That would be perfect.
You just sold me right instantly.
Right? It just makes sense. It just works. It's like poetry, it rhymes. And now we're going to thank everyone who helped support on Patreon, and we should see you again next week for more. Bye-bye.
That's cool.